Any dear fighter who kills or captures an American and hands him over to any unit of the Islamic Republic of Iran Army.
After Trump, now Mojtaba's forces hunt down invading U.S. troops, raising fears of a brutal new battlefield. Iran announces bounties for American soldiers who may allegedly invade its territory, sending a chilling warning to Washington. Iran puts a price on U.S. troops, offering a reported $30,000 bounty if they are captured or killed. Bonus reward for Iranian women? The army chief's shocking promise adds another explosive dimension to Tehran's threat. Mojtaba thirsts for revenge as tensions soar. Will American troops pay the biggest price if war erupts again? Iran's army chief has announced a $30,000 reward for capturing or killing U.S. troops, escalating Tehran's threats against American forces. Top General Habibullah Hatami said the bounty would apply to American soldiers who attack Iranian territory, according to reports. Hatami claimed the reward would be funded through private contributions from Iranians, rather than directly through the state. If any Iranian captures or kills a U.S. soldier who attacks our soil, they will be rewarded, Hatami reportedly said. Hatami also said Iranian women would receive twice the standard reward for capturing or killing U.S. troops, adding another startling element to the threat. The remarks by the Iranian general were reportedly made during a gathering with journalists, where he outlined the proposed bounty. Notably, Iran has called U.S. invasion plans delusional, while insisting that its borders remain safe and secure against any attack.
Any dear fighter who kills or captures an American and hands him over to any unit of the Islamic Republic of Iran Army, with the support of those dear ones willing to participate in financial jihad, will receive, in addition to the great reward of jihad, and under the Army's guarantee, a generous gift equivalent of $30,000. The criminal U.S. president says, "I want to declare the Strait of Hormuz as part of the U.S. territory of crime." First of all, you are dead wrong. Of course, after they realized what a huge mistake they had made, they said they were joking. But even the joke itself is utterly wrong.
Remember, Iran has previously announced large bounties targeting U.S. President Donald Trump amid threats of retaliation. In May, Iranian lawmaker Ebrahim Azizi claimed that a $50 million reward for Trump's head had been proposed. An Iranian lawmaker has called for Gulf rulers who host U.S. bases to be added to Tehran's list of revenge targets. The MP accused the ruling families of Bahrain, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia of playing a role in the war against Iran. Amir Hossein Sabaiti says Gulf rulers played a role in Ali Khamenei's killing, according to Iran International. Sabaiti specifically named Bahrain's Al Khalifa, the UAE's Al Noyan, and Saudi Arabia's Al Saud ruling families. The MP questioned why Iranian officials apologized to Arab states on the fifth day of the war, as Tehran attempted to ease regional anger over strikes targeting U.S. facilities. The comments signal continuing pressure from Iranian hardliners for a tougher response against Arab leaders who maintain U.S. military ties. Washington's Gulf allies are reportedly growing frustrated with Trump's handling of Iran, as continuing attacks deepen fears that U.S. diplomacy is not delivering lasting security. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain are now united in their anger, according to the Washington Post, despite differing interests and long-standing rivalries inside the Gulf. Gulf leaders reportedly fear Trump cannot manage the diplomacy needed to secure peace with Iran, particularly while the region remains exposed to missile, drone, and proxy attacks. The concern follows Trump's repeated threats against Iran that were later withdrawn, often after Washington cited progress in negotiations that did not end regional violence. Washington also pointed to movement in talks, even as Iran and its allied groups continued launching attacks that kept Gulf states on edge. Gulf states' anger at Washington is reportedly now at its highest level since February, when Iranian retaliation began bringing the wider conflict directly to their territory. The frustration is now raising questions over America's military footprint in the Gulf, despite decades of U.S. security guarantees, bases, and defense cooperation. Some Middle Eastern nations are debating the value of hosting large U.S. bases, according to the Washington Post, if those facilities make them targets without ensuring protection. Qatar and Bahrain host major U.S. bases while relying on Washington for their security, making their concerns especially significant for America's regional military posture. The Gulf also remains heavily dependent on American weapons, intelligence, and munitions, meaning regional governments have limited options for quickly replacing the U.S. security role. Saudi Arabia's new defense pact with Turkey and Pakistan may signal a bigger strategic shift, as Riyadh looks to build security options beyond its traditional dependence on Washington. A senior European official called the new three-nation pact a signal to the US, suggesting Riyadh wants Washington to recognize growing doubts over its reliability. The official said the three states are now diversifying their security partnerships, combining Saudi resources, Turkish defense capabilities, and Pakistan's military experience. Analysts do not expect these moves to quickly displace America's regional security role, because the US still provides capabilities that new partnerships cannot easily match. But Gulf states are reportedly exploring alternatives as confidence in Washington weakens, using new partnerships to gain leverage and reduce strategic dependence. Meanwhile, Tehran is locked in a war of words with US ally Qatar over reports surrounding missing Iranian pilots.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.